All right, we are continuing on in the linear functions set. We are on question 67 of, I believe, 88 in this set. I was looking at linear functions on the question bank earlier today, and I think they may have already added some, so I'm going to re-download some of the other PDFs, but without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in on our review for today. As always, we want to start by reviewing our definitions. With linear functions, we are dealing with the formula y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope. We can understand that to be change in y divided by change in x, and b is our y-intercept, where x equals 0. We may also run into, we didn't see this last time, but we may see some standard form, ax plus by equals c, where slope is negative a over b, and y-intercept is c over b. We may also run into a standard form, point-slope form, where we've got y minus k equals m x minus h. We could expect to see any of those come up. HK is a coordinate point on the line. Let's not forget to say that. So let's dive right in. We've got code 0A3. We've been given two xy coordinate points. All of these slopes appear to be different. H is just a negative slope of -1, so is a -1. The D option here doesn't even have an X on it, so that would actually be a horizontal line, sorry. Notice here, again, X equals 0 is our our y-intercept. So in this expression here, we've got h of 0 equals 41. We should understand that to be x is 0, and it gives us a 41. So that means that our y-intercept is 41. The only one that gives us that is A. And again, we are rewarded for thinking about our definitions first. Moving on to 67. Now this should be question 66, I believe. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. 66, now 67. 330 is the ending code. Slope-intercept form, 5x plus 8. F of x equals 58. So that's basically saying that the y value is 58. We say 58 equals 5x plus 8. You could push this into Desmos, but doing it algebraically, it's not too bad. Subtract the 8. You get 50 equals 5x. Divide the 5. And we end up getting x equals 10. 68 now. 10 is A. We've got, that table's kind of small. Hopefully you guys can see that no problem. All of our answer choices are linear functions, kind of. We've got k equals, we've got x equals, we've got xk equals. That's kind of bizarre. Let's see what the scenario is. Table above, who cares? X food calories is equivalent to k kilojoules. Okay. And I see that the two columns are food calories and kilojoules, so that's x and k respectively, of course. Which of the best represents a relationship between x and k? Okay. So clearly D is wrong. X times K is not equal to 4.2 because just looking at the first row, 4 times 16.7 is not equal to 4.2. X equals 4.2K, that's clearly wrong as well because X is always smaller than k. So k must be some sort of multiple of x. A would result with a smaller value, like 0.24x. That means that k equals some smaller number. It's like dividing if you multiply by a decimal like that. So a is out because k is always bigger than x. So it must be b, saying that k is 4.2 times x would yield a larger number for the kilojoules each time. And that is the scenario that we want. That is an interesting question there. 2 pips on the difficulty scale. I forgot to write the code. 236. All right, next one. 69. Come on. Oh. 69. A7C. All right, we've got a linear function, 125t, 100 plus 25t. T deposits, so t is the number of monthly deposits. What is the interpretation of 25? So t is the number of deposits. 25 must be the amount that she's depositing each time. So I would say A. That just matches my expectation there, that that's the amount of money she's depositing each time, each month. B, before I animated her bank account was 25. No, that would be the y-intercept, which is 100 in this case. C, after one deposit, her bank account was 25. Now that would be an xy coordinate point. It would not be necessarily represented in y equals mx plus b, so that would be wrong. Animate a total of 25 monthly deposits. No, that would again be an x coordinate, or in this case, a t coordinate. So not a restriction there. 70, code D6C. Really got to figure out why my tablet is being so laggy. All right, we got function h defined by x plus 200. What is h50? So just plug in the 50. 50 plus 200, of course, is 250. Not even going to write that one out. That one's very simple. Just recognizing that whatever goes in the parentheses goes in for x. Finally, a 3 difficulty pip. Hey, we've got that same table. It's the exact same table. In fact, they're recycling the context. The College Board likes to do that from time to time. This is code 0D8. We have point slope form, kind of. If you subtract the 20 over, you'd get 20 as the y-coordinate, c is the x-coordinate, and 4/9 positive or negative 4/9 is the slope. That last one has 9/4. All right, let's see what's going on. Express both calories, kilojoules, 3 nutrients in food, 180 food calories in a granola bar entirely from p grams of protein, f grams of fat, and c grams of carbohydrate. Okay. 180 food calories relative to grams, energy per gram. Okay. I'm seeing that in the title there. Energy per gram. Which of the following expresses F in terms of P and C? So fat is equal to some manipulation of P and C. And these are in grams. This is energy per gram. So we want to pay attention to the calories. We don't care about the joules. Food calories in a granola bar. It's 180. So 180 is equal to F plus P plus C. Subtract that over 180 minus P minus C equals F. Okay. Food calories. Okay. Oh, no, this is wrong. It is wrong. That's just the number of grams. So let's delete all that. I want calories per gram, so I got to multiply by their coefficient here. So doing that over here, 4F plus 9, or sorry, 4P plus 9F plus 4C equals 180. Yeah. All right, we want F by itself. It's a P. All right, so subtracting those two over, we get 9F. Yeah, this is going to get it to us. Equals 180 minus 4P minus 4C. Divide the 9, or let's factor this first. 180 minus 4E plus C. Now we can divide the 9. That's going to be 20 minus 4/9 P plus C, and that's B. Okay, just realized not as zoomed in as I usually am. 72. All right. C32. Okay, we have a slope-intercept form again. L. It's a weird looking L. Maybe it's some Greek letter, whatever. L equals 30 plus 2W. Spring of the weight of the spring to the weight W in newtons. Which of the following describes the meaning of the 2? That's a rate. So object hangs from a spring where the length L of the length of the spring relative to the weight newtons. So the length of the spring is 30, and then each time the weight goes up by 1, the length of the spring increases by 2 centimeters. Okay. So A would represent the y-intercept, so that would be 30, so that's out. The weight of an object that will stretch the spring to 30 centimeters, no, that would be 0, because it's, again, the y-intercept. The increase in weight, no, it's the increase in the length, so D. Because the weight is our x-coordinate, that increases by 1 each time. Is that ranked hard? Yep. All right, another 3 pips. Look how short that question is, and it's 3 pips in the difficulty scale. All right, 73. Ending A8D. All right, they're plugging, oh, this is why, because they're plugging in 3x into the x-coordinate, and that doesn't actually make it too much harder. But if you're not familiar with that notation, it could be pretty tough. So f of 3x equals x minus 6. What is f of 6? Well, if 3x is being replaced with 6, then x is just 2. So what we're going to plug into the value of x is 2. So 2 minus 6 is negative 4, which is B. Not too bad. Okay, next one. 74. Ending 8E7. Okay, big old word problem. I see a linear function there. Some range restrictions on x, or domain, I should say. Gives the predicted number y. The colony has 58 workers. Which of the following is the closest to the predicted number of the larvae? So the range, or the domain restriction there on x is a distraction. They give us a value here, 58 worker ants, and worker ants is x. So plug in 58 for x, 0.67 times 58 plus 2.6. And then what are we going to do with this? We're going to multiply, and this is equal to our function, of course, y. 0.67 times 58. I can't do that in my head. God bless you if you can. So I'm going to pull up my handy dandy calculator. 0.67 times 58 is, oh, I divided. Whoops. 0.67 times 58, 38.86 plus 2.6 is 41.46. So y equals 41.46. And I believe this was a multiple choice, which one is closest to, so that would be A. Not too bad. 75. I think we're 16 minutes in. I'm going to see if I can get to 80 in this video. Answer choices are linear functions with different y-intercepts, so either negative or positive 3 and 3/4 or 4. They tell us the line has a slope of 3/4 and 0, 3 is a coordinate point. So that means that 3 is the y-intercept and 3/4 is a slope. Very easy. Slam dunk on B there. It's barely even a question. If you know the definitions, you gotta know the definitions. Ooh, okay, this is kind of a, oh, didn't write the code down again. E61. A55. 6. A55. Finally, a graph. We haven't seen too many graphs so far in this. Okay, total change in dollars by charge in dollars by electrician, X hours of work. Okay, X is our time, Y is our cost. The electrician charges a one-time fee plus an hourly rate. Okay, the slope is the hourly rate. Yeah, A. Wow, easy enough. The one-time fee, of course, would be the y-intercept. The maximum amount that they charge is unlimited. The time is not restricted in any way. Total amount that they charge is the cost function. It's the dollar amount times X plus the initial fee. So their dollar amount times X plus some sort of fee is the function that we're dealing with here. So D is right out. Yeah. Okay, so another graph. 77, F01. Another graph here. So we've got blah, 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 y in Kelvin. Who cares? Just read the question. What is the estimated temperature? So temperature is the y-axis. Oxygen gas when pressure is 6. So just at 6, it's at 700. Just reading the XY coordinate grid. Always be sure to double check to see if there's any shenanigans on the scale, like if it's halves or going by sets of 2 or something like that. You don't want to be thrown off because the boxes were not a 1-to-1 ratio. All right, that's 77, 78, ending 9C0. Word problem. Truck transport materials, hardware store. You charge an initial fee of 20. That's our y-intercept. 20 plus 0.7 per mile. I'm going to write M. 38 miles. Okay, so just plug in 38 for the M. 20 plus 0.7 times 38. Again, I don't want to do that in my head. Probably could. 7 times 3 is 21, and then 56, so answer's going to be like 41.56 or something like that. 0.7 times 38. It's going to be off. All right, 26.6 plus the 20 is 46.6. And that's the answer we put. We put A. I thought this was a grid in. Never mind. A is our answer. Okay. 79. CE8. 2x plus 3 given function. Line is parallel. What is the slope of J? Parallel lines have the same slope, so 2. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocals. Parallel lines have the same slope. 80, code 407. Functions y equals mx plus b, m and b are constants. They give us two coordinate points. What's the value of m, which is, again, the slope? The y-intercept, interestingly enough, is 18. They do give that to us. So change in y, 20 minus 18 is 2. Divided by change in x is 1, so 2 is yet again our answer. What a coincidence. Okay, number 81. In the home stretch here, 906. Only a handful questions more. Let's try to finish it. We're so close, might as well. All right, slope and y-intercept again. We've got 250 for our y-intercept, 10 for the slope. T years, P of interpretation of x is 30, y is 550. So remember, t is the number of years, and 550 is the population. So that would mean that this population reached 550 30 years after 1990, which is 2020. Snow leopard population is predicted to be 30. No, the population is 550 in 2030 or 2020. So that's C. These interpretive questions are pretty simple, but you got to make sure you're not mixing up your X and Y's and you understand what each term means. It's more of a reading comprehension task than anything else. 5CE, 25 more to 21 per person, first 25, then 14 for each after. Okay, so we're already assuming that n is greater than or equal to 25, so 21 times 25 is going to be our y-intercept. I'm going to go ahead and do a calculator on that. 525 is our y-intercept. All the y-intercepts are different, so that's going to be B.